This is part 2 of the video, how we started doing all the wire management and all the necessary stuff. You see, in a small compartment, trying to use the bus bars here. It's not gonna stay naked like that. It's gonna be like this, and we're gonna cover up these guys just like that. It's gonna be locked, and put the other one back here at the bottom. So I know a lot of people will be saying it's kind of dangerous the way it looks like, but that's not how we're gonna leave it. And this is the and this is where all USB type C and USB 3.0. This side I have to do this and make sure we wire these guys right here, all USB 3.0 and type C. They're gonna tie all the negatives and all the positives. Then we can get it situated here. Probably gonna put a switch, or we're gonna wire these and bring it to this switch right here. Who knows? I haven't designated which one is doing which, because we have lights right here. If you haven't seen that, go back to the first video. And these are the switches right here. So it's the on position and off. This one I can have a light illuminate right here if I connect the ground underneath right here, and the positive to the battery. And these are just, this is the, you see the load. See, there's a load right here. This is where the positive goes. This is the load. Now, see, I can't see it that well. I don't want to say the wrong thing. You see that? The bottom one is the positive, and this one here is the load. So that's where the lights goes. And so if we close, it's gonna be like this, gonna be protected, or maybe I got a tagging wire is gonna hold in it right here, so you can play around. But this is how it's gonna look like, nice and neat. So we have to connect the main terminals, positive to positive to positive to positive. All right, and negative, 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 negative. So it depends what we want to do. We want to take from these guys right here. Probably we're gonna remove these bus bars, and we're gonna tie individual. Comes to the buses, all the positive, all the negative, so we can have a proper contact and connection. And these batteries can be able to draw power equally. The way they are right now is the parallel mode, but I don't like it this way. This battery, probably if we tie right here, the BMS is gonna shut down, like I mentioned on the first thing, because of excess power coming and transfer to here. This metal is too flimsy, it's gonna be really hot, the top here. So what we're gonna do, I don't have a spacer in between the batteries, but I would love to do that, have that flexible thing here to give at least air. But if I would have done it, then I don't have this space at all. It would have been so tight to put 4 batteries here. It's a 40 amp total. Each is like a 10 amp. So it's a 40 amp just to work on this guy right here. These are the USB type C and USB 3.0. And we have a switch right here, pull switch. So don't know yet. Maybe it's gonna be, because it's a 25 amp, I might probably put it for these guys here, these USB chargers, or put it all together for this total. And because of 4.8, like I mentioned, 4.8 amps, so times 3, it's about 14 something. So you see, add these ones again into that, it's gonna be overboard. Even if we charge, not all the equipment that we're going to be charging, they're going to be fast charging. So it depends. It runs on the voltage, what voltage is going to be running, and the amps low. Someone's going to be running 7. So this is what we already created, guys. And it's a short, long journey to work on a very small space here. But this is what we have to do, and that's what we're gonna do. So this is, if it's a 25 amps, is a smaller terminal, how to put the wires in there. So getting all these wires together, it might be a tough thing to do unless I put all of them together and solder them, all the negatives and all the positives, and solder them. Bring the negative all the way down here, and the positive gonna be loading on the other side. See, positives gonna be all the way to the battery right here, to the bus bar. All the loads are connected, all the positives, all the negatives coming down, and we have a positive from the battery terminal coming in, and the load. So when we pull this switch, then it powers. The reason why I like this thing, so you can't bump on it. So mostly people mistakenly pressing thing down. So you always press, that means it's off. But it's hard for someone to do a mistake just to yank this thing, pull it. That's the cool thing about this machine that I like. Alright, so stay tuned for part 3, while we're gonna do all the connection, the wiring. Make sure we connect the solar is coming in here from the charge controller, and we're gonna be having a main disconnect that takes the positive. Maybe it's gonna be somewhere, a small disconnect is gonna be probably on the corner right here. If we're able to fit it right here, a little one, or somewhere here, we have more space here, I think. But we're gonna bring the thing all the way. The positive is here, so we need the positive, the switch, to be on this side right here. So we want to make sure everything is okay. Then we have to add maybe a battery monitor. It's gonna be, I'm thinking about putting how you call it, Renogy thing here. I don't like this one. I don't know how come I just put this guy here. I don't know. I might probably take this guy out of here, but just to add more charging ports, you know, that's nice. And at the front we have all the lights. See, so that's what it is. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay tuned. Bye for now. From Minnesota Command Center, thank you, and stay tuned. Okay guys, I finally incorporated the battery monitor I was talking about. This is the Renogy battery monitor. You can see Renogy right here. They have a lot of products, and it has been standing, this company has been standing for a while. But what I did is just kind of tacky work here. I did, because when I cut the size to put a meter, I want to make sure this thing is water seal, or it would have been like an IP65, but it's not possible. I decided to use a hot glue. This is the first time I ever use a hot glue on my work. Never used it. I have the equipment, but it seems like a little bit tacky because the cut didn't go well accurately the way I want it. I can see some kind of little opening space here. I don't want to you know, damage the integrity of the equipment. So I decided to put a hot glue. It wasn't coming out well the way I wanted, but you know, it seals. But tell me guys, what do you think I should do here and trying to mask this thing really well? I was gonna say sand it and probably use a color, maybe a black or something, to trim this entire place so they can be not being tacky like this. So let's open the box and see how it looks like. So this is the Renogy battery monitor. See, like I was saying, you can see right here. I don't know if you can pick it up really well. So I just want to make sure I seal everything so water or moisture can build up into this battery monitor. See here, so it can really bite properly. And down here, I sealed it. So this is where the connection is gonna go, the wires, and the shunt is gonna be somewhere down here. We can set that one, and I have to remove these bus bars, thin bus bars, and I'm gonna put these covers right here to cover the the bus bars, so it can stay naked like that. So this is what we're gonna do and continue with the process, and we finish up with this wiring and choose what side, which breaker, disconnect, toggle switch that we're gonna be utilized for the lights, for the charging port, and there goes the thing for the solar input. Okay, and we're all done. All right, so this is just an update where I stopped, and this is how it's gonna look like. But the glue kind of like an amber or kind of yellowish. I don't like the look of it. I don't know, you guys give me any suggestions what I can do here and to cover up this thing. I don't know if I can try and put a black paint into this, and trying to do if I can able to manually or hand free. And now I can see all this tacky due to kind of amber or orange glue. So we can call this job all done, right? Stay tuned, like and subscribe here at the command center in Minnesota. Thanks for watching. See you guys on part 3 of the video. Like and subscribe. Make sure you push the thank you button there, and that will help the channel. Take care. Bye for now.